NFL head coaching positions are filling up by the minute by minute. Every time I refresh, it's a new head coach getting hired. It was the Raiders and Pete Carroll. It's the Jags and Liam Coen. Crazy sequence of events. And now it's the Cowboys and Brian Schottenheimer just an hour ago. He officially, after rumblings, got promoted from offensive coordinator to head coach of America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. A candidate that was not on anybody's list, not on anybody's interviewing schedule, got promoted as the head coach of probably the biggest team in the NFL. Which is insane. No one saw this coming until a day ago. They started rumblings about Jerry Jones possibly promoting his offensive coordinator, who didn't even call the plays last season. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Who didn't even call the plays last season to head coach. Maybe he saw something in him. But I'm going to give you some stats that say otherwise, alright? He was the quarterback's coach in Washington in 2001. 28th ranked offense. The San Diego Chargers quarterback coach, 2002 to 2005. The only years of Drew Brees' career where he didn't look NFL Hall of Fame level. New York Jets offensive coordinator for 5 years, 2006 to 2011. Terrible years of offense, good years of defense. Wasted the defense with Mark Sanchez. This is from a tweet, by the way. I'll give you the tweet after. St. Louis Rams offensive coordinator 2012 to 2014. 25th, 21st, and 21st in offense. Georgia's offensive coordinator and quarterback coach in 2015. 85th offense. 85th ranked offense in the FBS. Indianapolis Colts quarterback coach 2016 to 2017. 30th in offense. Seattle Seahawks 2018 to 2020. That was the shit years of Russell Wilson. The ones that made him leave. Jaguars 2021 pass game coordinator and quarterback coach. 32nd in offense with Trevor Lawrence. Tell me if that resume is any goddamn good. Because that shit sucked. Alright? That was awful. We were going to start off by talking about Pete Carroll, but just an hour ago, Schottenheimer got himself hired, got himself promoted. Good for him. Good for him. He got himself promoted after a non-impressive resume. I mean, he must be doing something right. He must be telling Jerry Jones doing a great job. Because Jerry Jones is the problem in Dallas, in America's team. It's on a downward spiral. Alright? These other teams, at least they're trying to recover from the spiral. I see a lot of teams trying to recover from the spiral. And they're probably going to. But I don't know who else is spiraling out of control like this. But the Cowboys are spiraling out of control at a rapid rate. And it's because of Jerry Jones. I mean, the problem with the Cowboys is it's run by the family, the Jones family, and especially Jerry Jones. And there's no pressure on them to get any better. And there's no pressure for him to hand over the reins. Because his management is clearly becoming worse season over season. He didn't get anybody in free agency last year. He signed Dak Prescott late. And he fires Mike McCarthy late. So now they can't interview Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, and Mike Vrabel. Or any of the other half-decent candidates for the job. And now they're stuck with Schottenheimer. And I'm gonna say this: I don't like mixing politics with sports, but clearly they want to get this coaching hire over with already. And the two best candidates, in my opinion, Joe Brady, Kellen Moore, two of the four best candidates on my list. If I had a list, Joe Brady, Kellen Moore are in the playoffs right now. Both offensive coordinating NFC and AFC championship games. And the other two top candidates, Weaver and Flores, are black coaches. And I don't want to say anything, indicate anything. I don't know what's going on with the process of the Cowboys, but that's just something to think about. That the two best candidates that are available for interview might be black. But that's something else. I don't no more of that. No more of that. But in my opinion, also, Mike McCarthy is one of the better candidates out there also, and they fired him. So they can't go back and get him on their word. And I don't know what the Cowboys are doing, but this is an awful hire. I mean, what does this do? I mean, he didn't call plays last year, and then you go off the resume. The shit is terrible. I mean, the resume is dog shit. What are we doing, Cowboys? I'm not a Cowboys fan. Thank God I'm not a Cowboys fan. The Jets are trending in a better direction. The Raiders are trending in a better direction. The Jaguars are trending in a better direction. The Titans are trending in a better direction. The Patriots are trending into a better direction. The Cowboys are the team spiraling the most out of control into the biggest team, the biggest market, and this is insane. Brian Schottenheimer? Who? I mean, I don't think I heard about that guy until about 2 days ago. 2 days ago? I don't know what to say. Fire Mike McCarthy. They can't interview anybody. And shit from there. So hopefully, Dak Prescott comes back and some magic happens. I'm rooting for Schottenheimer. I mean, prove me wrong, prove the haters wrong. Do something with Dak. It'll be pretty damn entertaining if the Cowboys are good. But on to what we were going to begin with until news broke an hour ago. Pete Carroll, 73 years old. He's back in the NFL. After a year off, he left the Seahawks, stepped down. I think he was doing something with college football, Washington. I don't remember. But he got hired by the Raiders. Tom Brady, he's running things over there. He's running things pretty damn well. He's being aggressive. He's trying to get Ben Johnson. He's trying to get the best out there. And Pete Carroll was pretty damn good. He wasn't really a candidate talked about, in my opinion. I don't think a lot of people were talking about him too much. They were all talking about the young dudes and the Mike McCarthy's, Ben Johnson's, Aaron Glenn's, Joe Brady's, Flores. They were all talking about that. I didn't hear Pete Carroll very much because he was old. He's 73 years old. He is old. And a lot of these coaches, a lot of these teams are trying to get the next McVay, the next Shanahan, 10 years, Reed, 10-year coach, 15-year coach. Lead this, be a staple, be consistent, and throughout the franchise for years to come. And Pete Carroll's not going to give you that. He's 73 years old. He's not going to last 10 years in the league. But he's going to give you culture. He's going to get the most out of his players. And that's the best way. I mean, this continues the pattern of more teams hiring veteran coaches. Dan Quinn, Vrabel, they both get another shots. McCarthy's a veteran coach. He didn't get hired. But it's the veteran coaches that are getting hired and they're having success, especially with the young quarterbacks. Sean Payton, Dan Quinn, and who did I just mention? Sean Payton, Dan Quinn, and Vrabel. Young quarterback whisperers. With experience. And I think this is good for the Raiders. It's a culture change. I mean, Antonio Pierce was supposed to implement a culture, but I don't think that worked. I mean, I knew Antonio Pierce was not going to be a good head coach in the league. I was rooting for him. I'm rooting for everybody. But Antonio Pierce was the interim boost. They had the hot interim boost and they hired him off of that. Now, I wish the Dolphins hired Dan Campbell off of that. But most of the time, that doesn't work. Like, that was if Darren Rizzi got a little bit hotter and they hired him off of that because the team rallied around him. I mean, it's good to have a leader, but not a head coach off of the hot interim boost. But hiring a veteran coach as a plan B to Ben Johnson, that's good. He won a Super Bowl, should have had 2 Super Bowls. Tom Brady knows that. He gives you a good floor. That's what you give it these veteran coaches. A good floor. You know what you're going to get. You're going to get a turnaround. The Raiders are going to be turned around by Pete Carroll due to establishing a culture and getting the best ability out of his players. Now, the obvious problem with Pete Carroll's is age. Everybody's looking for the Shanahan. Everybody's looking for the young coach. Or a coach that's going to last them another 10 years, 15 years with a quarterback. And there's a problem. The Raiders got no damn quarterback. AOC, he's still there. Minshew's still there for another year. Those 2 guys, I mean, they shouldn't get another chance. I mean, at all. I mean, that was terrible quarterback play the whole season by the Raiders. And Antonio Pierce screwed them out of a top 3 pick. This draft is not quarterback heavy. It was supposed to be quarterback heavy. And then the college quarterbacks just sucked. And didn't come to the draft. Carson Beck didn't come. Drew Aller didn't come. So now it's Cam Ward, Shador, drop off, Jackson Dart. Then Quinn Ewers, Dylan Gabriel, Curtis Rourke, all of them. So it's Cam Ward, Shador, drop off, Jackson Dart, drop off, Quinn Ewers, and everybody else. So you don't have the top 3 pick to get at least one of those 3 quarterbacks. Try to get 2. The 2 big ones, Shador and Cam Ward. So what are you going to do? Antonio Pierce threw that away, beating the Saints and Jags at the end of the season. So what are you going to do? In my opinion, or in a lot of people's opinion, you go out, and if you can't trade for a pick, you go get Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, success with Pete Carroll. Bring him back, reunite it, have some fun. 1-year deal, another 1-year deal for Russell Wilson. He can go back to the Steelers. He has that option, I think. And the Steelers will need a quarterback if this happens, but I think he probably will go back to the Steelers, but it's just a possibility. Go get Russell Wilson. Reunite them. Be interesting, especially how things end in Seattle. But He's a good veteran coach. He can lead a team, and you get him with Pete Carroll, you might get some juices flowing. Might get people to start feeling nicey. But my opinion, also another quarterback, you just go ransack the Steelers. You either get one or two from the Steelers. You go get Justin Fields. I mean, he won games early in the season before they benched him. They benched him with the winning record. I mean, he's a decent bridge quarterback at least until you can go get another one. Until you can draft one. Next year's draft should be a little better quarterback wise, or you can sign one next year. Unless you want to sign Kirk Cousins. I mean, he didn't look good at all. He looked diminished. He diminished very fast. So I think they should go get Justin Fields and have an electric quarterback with Pete Carroll and see what he can bring. Just have like a fun, play free, getting the best out of them, disciplined team in the Raiders. Bring them Raiders back, baby. Lastly, crazy U-turn made by Liam Coen. The Jags picked up the boy Liam Coen. Offense coordinator from the Bucs, had a third-ranked offense in the league, just behind the Lions and the Ravens, two powerhouses all season. Liam Coen, hot candidate, probably one of the hotter offensive candidates behind Ben Johnson, the hottest. He's part of that McVay tree. That's gold in the NFL, McVay tree. Crazy U-turn though. So here's the timeline. Wednesday, the Bucs agreed with Liam to make him one of the highest paid offensive coordinators in the league. Excited, ecstatic. He's coming back. He's not taking another job. We'll do this next season. He didn't sign though. Then Liam's team called the Jags, said, "Hey, we're gonna take the Bucs offer for offensive coordinator. Stay here." And then they kept talking, and they were talking, chatting it up. And then they came to the conclusion that the reason Liam Cohen's not coming is because of Trent Baalke, which I even said, who wants to go with Trent Baalke? He sucks. He has a bad track record. Who wants to go with Trent Baalke and Tony Khan running the team? No one. So Shad Khan made the big boss move and said, "Trent Baalke, bub, you're out." And then Liam took the job. He did a whole 3-point U-turn. That sucks for the Bucs. The Bucs understood it though. They were angry, but they understood it. And he's a Jags coach now. Interesting. Get an offensive mind with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, the team is not good. The team's not in a good spot. But you get an offensive mind with Trevor Lawrence, see what happens. Because this next year, or 2 years, if you get lucky, is Trevor Lawrence's last year to prove it. To take the next level. He needs to get to the Pro Bowl Justin Herbert level. He hasn't took that next level. He has the talent. Everybody knows he has talent. But he hasn't went to the next level. And this is the best way to get at it. I mean, you don't want to go defense and have to hire an offensive coordinator. I mean, just get the offensive head coach, get that relationship, and see what you get at the Trevor Lawrence first pick in the NFL draft in 2021. Let's try to get the most out of him. I mean, why didn't we do this sooner? Why didn't we try to get Urban Meyer? Doug Peterson, he wasn't bad and made the playoffs, but why didn't we try to do this sooner? I don't know. But Liam Coen, he emerged third-ranked offense in the NFL this season. McVay Gold. Talented quarterback now. Now he has a talented quarterback to work with. Not a good roster. He has a decent defense. Trevon Walker and stuff. See what happens. Liam Coen. If Trevor Lawrence doesn't take this next level, time to pivot. You got Liam Coen though. If he doesn't work with him, he didn't work with Doug. He ain't working with anybody. So this is the time to try to see what you got at Trevor Lawrence. This is his last shot. His last opportunity. Next 2 years. Great coach. Learn the system. Function well. Baker Mayfield did it. Credit to Baker Mayfield. He got the last 2 offensive coordinators, Dave Canellis and Liam Coen, hired. Head coaches. I mean, that sucks for him also because, now he has to learn a whole other offensive coordinator. But also, the Jags, I think, it's an opportunity for them to try to improve now. Try to get some gold with Trevor Lawrence and Coen because this division sucks. And now that the Titans have the first pick in the draft, they're going to get better with Cam Ward immediately. The Houston, you see, they're already a playoff team. They win the division every year. And the Colts are in shambles. So it's kind of, one team has a rookie quarterback. They have to figure it out the first year. Who knows about their head coach? The Titans. Colts in shambles, but they're not that bad roster-wise. And the Texans. So why not go try to win this damn suck? You're blessed with a sucky division. I mean, this is not a strong division. Probably the second least strongest division. Try to go make the most out of it while you have a talented quarterback. So quarterbacks are going crazy. Next video, conference picks. Conference round picks. Who do we got? Chiefs versus Bills. And then Commanders versus Eagles. That's the next video. Drop it soon. See you.